Here's the scenario. You're minding your own business, playing a little bit of Overwatch. You queue up for a comp game on your own. When the game screen locks, you find yourself in a team with 5 other random players. Fair enough, except when you look on the other side, what's waiting for you? Oh, that's right, a 6-stack. So what do? Do you give up, lose the game quickly, and head on to the next one? No, you win that sucker, and this is how you do it. Hello guys, my name is SVB, and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be the first in a new series called Adventures in Solo Queue, where I'll be looking at games that I found myself in while queuing into competitive ladder and figuring out what we can learn from them. A lot of you have told me that you appreciate the theoretical advice, but you need tangible tips for what to do in the chaotic situations we all come across in ranked mode. So this series should help with that. First up, I'm going to show you a game that I played on my DPS alt account, where I was put into a lobby with 5 random teammates versus a grouped up 6-stack, and won. So I'm going to talk you through the game and show you how you can control your teammates with shot calling and defeat even a well coordinated team with just some excellent game sense and comms. So let's get to it guys. So the first challenge to overcome starts right at the lobby screen when you enter the game and you see that the match is stacked against you. It's really important that you don't let yourself be negatively affected by what you see. The first thing I did was get into comms and tell my team that we're going to have to coordinate well if we want to win this game. Now unfortunately I didn't start recording until the game was about to start, but it's important to make a plan with your team, and that's what I did while we were waiting in spawn. In this case, I saw that 2 of my teammates insta-lock DPS. No problem. I told my team that it's most likely we would encounter a bunker comp, since that's what's strongest on Paris, and it's likely that a 6-stack would play what's strongest, and the best counter to that comp is a 3 DPS comp. So I picked Sombra and suggested we run 2 healers and Hammond. Now our main tank player said that he didn't play Hammond, so I asked him if he plays Winston. He said yes, so I told him to do that instead, because it's always better that people play what they know rather than filling a hero they have no clue how to play. With that ready, now we just need a game plan, and it's a simple one. Play for ults. Because as I've described in my how to break a bunker comp video, a bunker just cannot handle a set of powerful ults thrown at it. So all we have to do as attackers is build our ultimates and execute. Yep, it's bunker. Now, nothing I'm doing here is particularly exceptional. This is very basic Sombra play. Just find a safe location in the enemy backline to put your translocator down, preferably near a health pack, then just spray your weapon into one of the tanks. If you can get a hack in, an off tank like Verdog or Diva is a particularly great ult battery. But even if you don't, and you just keep poking until you're pressured enough to translocate out, you will build ult really quickly. Reese's bottom left now. Hog hacked. Baptiste low, Baptiste low, Baptiste low. Okay, popped immortality. They won't have it next fight. I've almost got EMP. Okay, I've got it guys, just regroup. Before long, the process is done, and I've built my ult. Now, it's time for a little bit of patience. My teammates need to build ults too. If you get impatient and throw your ult out early, you waste the window of opportunity that you've gained with something like EMP. So just sit back and let your teammates do what they need to do. Build ults guys. We can maybe Coalescence, EMP, Dragon Blade. Should be enough. What you hear there is a game plan. Tell your team exactly what to use. If you don't coordinate which ults you're going to use before a fight, you're either going to use too many, which will cost you in the next fight, or you'll use too few and you'll lose and end up having wasted all those ults. Checking the hero screen constantly, I'm waiting for my Genji in particular to have Blade. As soon as he has it, it's go time. You guys ready? Genji, just build your Blade quick. Another next couple. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. As you can see, the combo works. We carve our way through 3 members of the enemy team, and even though one gets res, it's not enough, because the Bastion, the key target, is dead. A little bit of cleanup, and we get the first point easily enough. Orisa's back alive. Mercy's hack, Mercy's hack. There we go. Hog, hog, hog. Hog low. May now, May. Good job, guys. There we go. Soldier. He's hacked. Baptiste. Yeah, I'm just gonna push out, get to the health pack. I almost have another EMP. Again, I give my team a game plan. By telling my team that I'm going ahead to build EMP, it lets them know what the win condition is. And again, it's a reminder to ask them to just be patient for me to set up the correct engagement for them. Once I farm it, I tell my team to get in position. Okay, I've got EMP now, guys. Ready?
Wait.
Just get in position. I can EMP them. Go main, go main, go main. I can EMP these guys. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Orisa low, Orisa low. Because we saved the Reaper ult in the last fight, it now comes off huge and wipes all the defenseless, shieldless, ability-less characters on the enemy side. Round 1 complete. Easy enough. Good job, guys. But you can't get cocky. Already at the start of round 2, we have a problem. Our Orisa asked to go bunker, but the 2 other DPS refuse to swap out their characters. They won't play off tank and they won't go Bastion. Now I pick Bastion in hopes that the enemy team will just mess up their attack, but as you'll see in a minute, it doesn't quite go that way. Right, Baptiste, you're gonna have to be really clutch for the immortalities because we don't have a lot, so if you want I can tell you when to drop it, otherwise you just be careful. Reminding your teammates of their roles in a certain comp is important. Heroes are played differently in different situations. Because we're running Moira Baptiste, we have even less defensive options than a Mercy Baptiste bunker would, which is the norm. So I remind my Baptiste that his immortality is going to be the only resource we have for protection, so he has to be really careful with how he uses it. It doesn't take long though for our makeshift bunker to start to get pulled apart. Sombra behind. She's going to build for EMP. There she is, she's decloaked, on point. The Sombra touches point, and suddenly 4 of my teammates scramble to rush together. This is partly because we don't have an off tank, so we don't have a designated point toucher. But again, you have to remember, these are all random players, we don't play together. The enemy is a 6-stack, they're much more coordinated, moving much more as a unit. We have to assume they have a plan, and it's probably similar to what we had on attack. That's just evidence of how much more scattered my team is. And it doesn't help that when they do push through point, I pull out the worst Bastion ult EU. Reaper main. Back out to point. Back up to point, back up to point. A couple teammates die and our bunker collapses. Not surprising. Now, realizing that this setup won't work, I switch back to Sombra. 1, to deny their Sombra health pack control, and 2, to hard counter their Wrecking Ball.
Did Sombra use EMP?
Did Sombra EMP? My teammate's question is a smart one. We know that the Sombra is still holding on to EMP because she didn't use it in the last fight. But he's just trying to stay off angle and try and drop immortality when they EMP. Sombra coming in. But it doesn't happen. I briefly detect the Sombra, but I don't react quickly enough. She comes in and gets off her EMP, but the saving grace is that her team isn't ready. They're a little bit preoccupied with the Genji and Reaper. A little bit of lack of coordination on their part proves to be our saving grace, and we're able to survive. A couple good fights pass, and my team is doing well. Yeah, they're coming left, guys. I can EMP this. 3, 2, 1. Ball one.
Stay point.
Yeah, come back. Don't go too deep, guys. That's how we'll lose this game. Just stay positioned. But then, solo Q fever kicks in, and my team gets split apart. My warning ends up falling on deaf ears, and a couple players get caught out too deep and die early. By the time I get back to point with EMP, it's useless.
Oh fuck.
Now, we're into a stall scenario. Even in a situation like this, tactics are involved, and you can pull your team together. By staggering yourself onto point, you can extend your stalls exponentially. Going right now, next person wait, and then go after him. Okay, next person. Pop everything. And now, you can watch me feed on Doomfist for a couple minutes. Nice, focus targets. If we get kills, we'll win.
I found the enemy.
I'm gonna go for Moira.
Denied.
Okay, the Lucio.
Moira low, Moira low.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Eventually, they cap point. Time for us to defend again. Okay, nice stall, guys, nice stall. Realizing that the bunker didn't work first time, I go back to what did work, the Sombra pick. Adapting on the fly is really crucial to winning games, and if you learn to master the skill, you'll really see a significant increase in your win percentage. You have to go in the direction the game is leading you. That being said, don't do this. Zarya, Junk, Reaper, Ryan, Lucio. Ryan's hacked. Oh shit, that was bad for me. Thankfully, by the time I get back, my team have done well. They've held on and gotten kills. Now, it's just a matter of cleanup. The enemy team panics and starts staggering themselves onto point, making it easy for us to pick them off. Ball hack, ball hack. Help me kill him, help me kill him. He's going to point. Good job, guys, good job. They don't make it in time. Now, on to the final round. One tick is all we need, but against a 6-stack and against Bunker on Paris, it's not a given. We run the same comp we'd been running, and the plan is the same. Play for ults. But the enemy team is smart. They're also adapting. They now mix in a McCree, and they have him just sit in the corridor to deny me the angle I need to farm my ult off their backs.
I'm gonna speed.
He's one, Zen's one, Zen's one. As I'm trying to build EMP, I get shut down. Okay, just build up. No guys, don't waste your ults, just build them, just build them. A minute gone, and I've barely built 60% to my ultimate. But again, in moments like this, it's important to take a step back and look at the wider picture of the game, which is when you see that it really doesn't matter. We have over 4 minutes. Patience is the name of the game. My team holds on to their ults with each fight, largely, while the enemy team has to keep popping the odd ultimate to make sure they win every fight, because they really have no other choice. Once we've built up an EMP and 3 other powerful ultimates, it's go time. Although it's also time for the video recording to glitch and hang. You guys ready? Yeah? 3, 2, 1, go in. Still, as the pixel dust settles, you can see that 2 kills come through from our burst of ultimate usage. And even though I mess up and miss the Zen with the EMP, which we will never be able to analyze properly thanks to the botched recording, it doesn't matter, because we got the kills we needed, and from this point on, our win is inevitable. So let's summarize, guys. What can we learn from that game? Well, firstly, any game is winnable, even one that looks against the odds. Doesn't matter if you're up against a 6-stack, doesn't matter if they've got significantly more SR than you, doesn't matter if you have 2 people doing their placements while they have none. Secondly, play to your strengths. You've seen firsthand that I'm not a mechanical god by any means. I didn't go in and just click heads for the win. Nor did I solo carry. All I really did was pick a hero to enable my team, and then use my comms to give them direction. If you're like me, and your main strength is your understanding of the game, then put it to use. If you're in a tough situation, start by picking the right hero. In this scenario, Sombra was a hard counter to the comp they were running, and the comp I was expecting them to run. Then pick the right comp for your own team, or at least make the best out of a bad situation. As you saw, we didn't have an ideal comp, but it was as good as we could have made it based on what people were willing to run. Work with what you have. Then, gather your team, pull them together with your comms, and give them a sense of direction. You don't have to micromanage, but sometimes telling your teammates what's required of them will make everyone's life easier. Of course, you will mess up. Again, I did so plenty, and both teams made mistakes. But as long as you're doing the right things, and as long as you're applying all the knowledge that you're gaining from videos like this one, you will win more often than not. And that's all I got for today, guys. Hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you found the idea of the series to be a potentially useful one. Like I said at the start, this series should allow me to give you concrete examples of how to maneuver tough situations and inspire you to come up with your own plans to break through otherwise difficult barriers, literal or metaphorical. As always, I want to give a big shout out to my patrons, and I just realized as I organized my patron list that I've been neglecting a couple of shout outs that I was due to give. So big thank you to Merlin, Kubilium, Six Pulsar, and most recently, Poplots, for being some of my highest tier patrons. But really, I'm grateful to everyone who's kind enough to support me. As always, the links to my Twitch, my Twitter, my Patreon, and my merch are in the video description. And if you're interested in finding a place where you can find like-minded people properly coordinating in comp, then come on down to my Discord, where there's lots of options to group find, chat, and of course, there's the Pug Games that I host every Friday and Saturday, where random players can come join, play 6v6 games, and play Overwatch the way it's meant to be played. But that's about it from me, guys. I'll be back next week with another video. Keep grinding, and keep playing smartly, and I guarantee you'll see the results. See you guys soon.